Hey guys, today we are looking at the minimap, the best friend that you have in any game of World of Warships. It's better friends than your guns, it's better friends than your armor, and it's certainly a better friend than most of your teammates are going to be. The reason being is it's information. Information, they say, is knowledge. Knowledge is power. Okay, if you know where the enemy are, if you know all the information, it will help you progress through the game, make the right decisions, or at least make a decision, and then hopefully come out on top. So the minimap is this little thing down in the right hand corner over here. Okay, this as you can see on the screen, this is roughly how you get it. It's very small when you start in the game, and what the first thing you want to do is you want to make it larger, and you do that by hitting the plus sign, and you can make it as big as that. Okay, I don't like it quite that big. I like it one off the largest, but that's a personal choice. Next, what you want to do is you want to understand all the information you can get from this. So at the moment, okay, it's just very blank. You've got a map, you've got a bunch of circles, you've got your own icon. Okay? But in the top right hand corner of it here, you've got this little cog symbol. This is the options for it. So if you click on that, you can go in and you can start choosing things. So first of all, we'll look at these two things here. We can actually make it a little bit less transparent so I can see through it a little bit. That's quite cool. And then I'm going to drop down the transparency of the circles. Now these are the circles of like my range and how far I'll be spotted and stuff when I look at this stuff at the top. I'm going to drop that down a little bit as well. And all that does is that means that I can now see through the map. It's not as impactful on the screen as it was before, but it's still there and I can still use it constantly. You need to set it up how you feel comfortable. Okay? We'll go back in again. Next, we're going to go to the top. So the top section here, this is all about giving you information about you and your ship. Okay? So, detectability range by sea. If I click that on, that tells me that as soon as an enemy ship comes within that range, I know I'm spotted. So I know that as soon as it hits detected, it says detected up here, okay, I know that an enemy ship is moved within that range. I find that one very useful. Detectability range by air. That tells me when an aircraft pops over that. Now this is all without you having shot, okay? When a aircraft pops over that, I know an aircraft spotting me, okay? Secondary battery firing range. So my secondaries are going to fire out to that range there. My AA guns fire out to here, and that's my three different ranges for my AA guns. It's my short range, my mid range, and my long range. My hydroacoustic search is this dotted line here, and then my surveillance radar is all the way out 9 kilometers, just shy of my detectability. Now, you sit there and you look at that and you go, oh my word, Deacon, there's so many circles. You're right, there is so many circles. I don't think you need them all, okay? You need to choose which ones that you want. I certainly don't think you need detectability range by air. On a Cleveland, you definitely don't need secondary battery firing range. You might want that on a Bismarck or a Grosse Kurfürst or something like that. 80 gun firing range, I think that's quite a good one to have. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one on. Hydroacoustic range, I'm not going to bother having that one on. But my surveillance radar, I definitely am. Okay. So, and if you watch, when I fire, it moves. Okay, that's my detectability range, moving out to my gun fire arcs range. Okay, so it stays up to date with what's going on at that time. So if you want to know why you're still detected after firing, you've got an idea of roughly where that enemy might be because of it. Moving on to the bit at the bottom. So last known position markers, range numerical values, and ship names. Okay, so range numerical values puts distances onto all of your little circles that go around your ship. Okay, for these. So it gives you these numbers. So you don't have to keep coming in to have a look. Okay, it's all on the map for you. Last known position markers. So last known position marker we'll see very shortly. This is going to show you the last position of an enemy who was spotted. Okay, so the little triangle will appear for the destroyer. This little marker here will appear for the cruiser. That'll be the battleship, and so on and so forth. Okay, but that'll be its last position that it was spotted. So it could be spotted over here, and the next time you actually see that ship is down here because he's moved all the way back here without being spotted since then. And then the ship names. Now I find the ship names really good. because it tells me, okay, there's a destroyer there, but which destroyer was it? How often do you come against games where you've got 4 or 5 destroyers up against, and they're all different? You don't know which one's which, and you want to have a look at a map. Okay? It means that you look down here when something's been spotted across the other side of the map, instead of having to turn your cursor around when you're concentrating on something up here and you want to look over here about where something is. Okay? So that really, really helps you know where things are. So that's what all that stuff there does. Now we're going to see what impact it can have in certain situations. So we're going to move into a game, and we're looking here at, well, I was in the Helena, and if we look down at the minimap, we're going to watch what's happening. So we can see on the minimap, I'm not even looking at the main game at the moment, I'm just going to look at the minimap. I can tell that there's 2 battleships up to the north, well, northwest. A mass has moved into the middle, and there's nothing within direct line of sight to me within my detection range. And I know that because I'm not detected. So there's nothing in those areas. So I've got a really good position right now. I feel comfortable. So that there is information from that minimap. That tells me there's nothing in that place. We wait for a few seconds. Okay, so another ship has been spotted to the north. I can also tell B is being capped. So what is that going to be? Well, I expect it's going to be destroyer. That destroyer has now got within 10.1 of me. I'm clicking on the map where I think that is. It's the only place he can be. And the Gajimada is going to go over and have a look. I'm moving forwards. And I'm moving forward. Now I'm out of detection. So that means either I've moved the island between the two of us, which is probably the case, or could also be the case, and it could be and both, they have moved in that direction as well. So I think they've moved left because I've also moved left. The island is now in the way. And the only thing that can be is a Fushin. Look at the minimap. Look at all the other ships that have been spotted, and there's the Fushin there. So that minimap's telling me where every single ship that's currently been spotted is situated. Or was last spotted. So we're now moving on to a different part of the battle. So I want you to look at the minimap, and I want you to look at the bottom left hand of the minimap, and look at how many ships from our team are there against how many ships of the opponent's team are north of them. The majority of our team is sat behind a rock, terrified of what is now one ship. One ship. So you ask yourself, why are they there? What's going on? I can tell you what's happening. They're not looking at the minimap and they're not seeing the layout of the enemy team. Okay? They think that if they go around that corner, a destroyer's going to destroy them. Well, it's not possible. Both destroyers are dead. The last destroyer just died in the sea cap. So why are they still there? Finally, the Massachusetts has realised that this is the case and is pushed out. And slowly but surely they're starting to edge round that corner. Problem in the opposite direction is the enemy team don't realise what's going on. They've got the majority of their strength north of the sea cap. Okay? We have 3 ships. 3 ships. South. So what's going on there? Why are they not pushing? What are they scared of? They've got 1 ship, a Richelieu, moving in. Yet they're not taking advantage of the fact that there's only 3 ships there. Yes, okay, there's a Shinonome. Okay, that could torp us. Yeah, okay, you're right. But that's why you've got cruisers with hydro. That's why you are constantly changing speed and direction so that it's harder for that Shinigami to hit you. If they pushed C, they'd take C, because there's nothing to stop them. Yes, okay, there's a couple of ships, and a couple of ships can do some damage. But that mini-map is telling me that that's not the case. They would know that the majority of our team is in the bottom left-hand corner next to B, and is miles away from giving a hand to anything. There you go, the Tirpitz is gone, because the New Orleans is shooting at him. The Shinigami is probably going to go down now because he's one-on-one with the Richelieu and he's far too close. Should never get that close, but sometimes you're forced into these positions. Or you feel you're forced into these positions. But this is now telling me, so I'm looking at the minimap, right, okay, so where's the safe place for me to go? I'm low on health, I've only got 10k HP. What am I going to do? Right, well, I can help with this Richelieu. Okay, our Nagato's pushing north, he can't get shots on him. Our Aoba is trying, but doesn't have direct line of sight. No direct line of sight. I pop my plane. Right, got direct line of sight again. Excellent. Okay, I can see where he is. I'm going to push in between these islands here, try and use the islands for a bit of cover, and I'm going to start firing. I know there's nothing else over there that can hurt me, because the minimap tells me there's nothing else over there. Okay, right now I don't know exactly where that Cleveland is, but I can tell you he's not far enough south to be spotted by the Oba, or he's shooting at the Oba, because he would be. As we kill the Richelieu, we'll make one last point here, okay? C-Cap is 100% open. They could move into it, but still they don't. Why not? Because they're not looking at the minimap, they're not seeing where the strength of our team is. Yes, we outnumber them now almost 2-1. But still, you've got to make a move. You've got to use that tool. Okay, now, a ship has moved in. So I can tell you now, it's not the Megami, it's not the Fuso. So it's either going to be the Scharnhorst, the Cleveland, or the New Orleans. Okay, so it's got to be one of those three. The Megami's too far north, the Fuso is spotted. Scharnhorst is spotted, so it's not the Scharnhorst. Right. It's the New Orleans or the Cleveland. It's not the Cleveland. Right, tells me it's the New Orleans, so I know what's in C. Yes, I can't see him, but I know what's in C, because I can tell by the minimap, without looking at anything else. The minimap's telling me what's doing that. So now I'm going to position myself in a place where the New Orleans, there he is, can't shoot me. The Scharnhorst, I look at my minimap, is moving south, okay? The island's about to be in the way between me and him. Fantastic. So it's me versus a Cleveland. I feel comfortable with this fight. Yes, he's got a hell of a lot more health than me, but I feel comfortable with this fight because nothing else can come to his aid. The minimap's telling me where all those ships are, and yes, I can look around, I can do that kind of thing, and I can see that New Orleans is there, and that the Scharnhorst is there, but here I am, 1v1 versus the Cleveland. So that's the power of the minimap, guys. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll see you on the battlefield.